Welcome to Loop Studios. Today we're going to take a look at these 4 rubies. Quite similar to the three little sapphires video. These were a ruby version of that same project, and I ended up with 4 leftover rubies, all under a carat. And we're going to look at these now. This is through my loop, and next we're going to move on to the dark field loop. Dark field loop, taking a look at the first of these 4 rubies. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Okay, so it's a nice little ruby, displaying kind of a purplish red, maybe pinkish red to some people. It looks like a decent angle on the pavilion. And we're seeing relatively good cutting. Let's look in the dark field and see what we can see inside it. Alright, that first line I see rather looks like a fracture. Is it reaching the surface? It doesn't seem to reach the surface there. So maybe it's a healed fracture. And from below, wow. Does that reach the surface? That actually reaches the surface. You can see that fracture in that kite facet actually reach the surface of the stone. It's not terribly uncommon. We see back here in the back, we see some look like veils. Pretty highly included stone, although it didn't look like it to begin with. Alright, let's take a look at the next. Okay, the second of those 4 stones. Oh, I should go back to available light to begin with. This one has a little less of that pink and purple. More of a red. It's a really good red. It does have a little purple in it, but it is a good red. Once again, a decent angle on the pavilion. Although I'm seeing a dark spot in the middle. Could that be from extinction? It does appear that that angle is a little fat on the side toward the point of the pear, and when you look into the stone you can see that center portion has a dark area, which, as I explained before, that is caused by the angle of the bottom facets being too steep to reflect light back up through the table facets. Alright, let's get into the dark field light illumination, see what we see. Alright, what do we have here? Once again, pretty busy internally. Yeah. Pretty much like the other stone, but they're healed fractures in this one, it looks like. Okay, let's look at the next one. Alright, here we're on the third stone. Didn't really mention that as far as the origin of these stones, I would guess that these are Burmese. I actually bought them quite a while ago, really before the African ruby was in the market. At that time it was really either going to be Thai ruby, which I don't think it is. If I had a UV illuminator I would be able to tell. But this looks a lot like Burmese ruby, and it is heated stone. This material probably didn't look much like this when it came out of the ground, but after heat treatment it gained clarity and probably improved its color a bit. I'm not one of those people who really has a problem with heat-treated ruby and sapphire. I certainly appreciate the rarity and the beauty of an untreated stone, but it's these treated stones that keep the mines operating. That looks like a rather steep pavilion. And it looks like there is some extinction running along the keel of the stone, although it's interrupted by some sort of inclusion there that kind of spreads the light across it. Let's turn on the dark field illumination, see what it looks like. What is that? It's a really big inclusion of some sort. It does look like a healed fracture on this side, but is it reaching the surface? I don't really see it reaching the surface. Wow, quite an included stone. Okay, let's take a look at the fourth one. This fourth piece has a very different look to it. It's got kind of an inky red, which reminds me of the Thai sapphire, but I can't say that for sure. Under magnification, it's looking more like the same material. You can see that purple cast and purple overtones. It's a bit cleaner than the other material. Doesn't look quite so busy inside. And the cutting looks fair, not terribly great. That pavilion angle looks shallow. So that would imply that there would be a window in this stone where the back facets are too shallow to reflect up. And that's what we kind of have there. The stone is not reflecting in the center portion. We're actually just looking through it. Okay, let's go to dark field illumination, see what it looks like inside. No, it's not as included as the other stones. Oh, I might as well mention that, I said earlier that I don't really have a problem with heat treatments. I'm not a fanatic for natural stone. I do appreciate it, but I'm not a fanatic. And like I said, it's this kind of, the treatments that they use that really produce the extra income from mines that allow them to keep going and find those beautiful, rare, untreated stones. But the heated stone is a stream of income that keeps them working. Makes it possible to find that great material. The only problem I have with treatment of gemstones is disclosure. It has to be disclosed that this is a treated stone. It's fraud if you're not doing that. And I don't want to have anything to do with that kind of thing. I'm all about explaining to the customer exactly what he's buying or she's buying, because an informed customer is happier and probably will come back. It also gives them a story to tell when they show the jewelry. But this one is quite a nice little ruby, I think. I actually prefer this color. Of the four, I'm not sure. I was gonna say this is the better one, but actually now that I look at the window in it, I'm not sure. Anyway, these four little rubies have been resting in my collection for quite a while. Maybe at some point I'll build something to put them in. Okay, well that's 4 little red rubies. Hope you enjoyed the video.